Hey, what's up everybody? It is Monday morning, February 13th, and I'm back in North Dakota. As you can see, I got the truck just about ready to go. And this might look a little weird being February in North Dakota, but I am grabbing my open water rods. 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. And I'm heading to a lake that I did my first ever POC fishing video on. It's a lake called Nelson. It's in right smack dab in the geographical center of North America, in center actually, believe it or not. But this lake is pretty unique in the fact that it stays open water all year long. So I gotta unlock my door. But I'll explain to you how that works a little bit more when I get out on the water. But I am going to hit the road. It's about 30 miles from where I'm from, so I'm going to get on the road. I'll explain a little bit more when I get there, show you what I'm using. It's going to be kind of a largemouth bass, black and white crappie, maybe a sunfish for fun, maybe run into a pike. I'd never really do when I'm out in that lake, but I hope to get a jam-packed day with a lot of fish on film for you guys, and then I'll post this video tonight. But I'm just coming off the flu, so you have to bear with me. I'm probably going to be coughing my guts out like I have been all week, but I'll get there. I'll get the lines hooked up, show you what I'm using, get on some fish. Alright, I just got to the lake. Steam's coming off of it like crazy. You'll see it in a second. But I'm going to get myself dressed. It's only about, I shouldn't say it's only about, it's February and it's 30 degrees, so it's not too bad. But I am going to do a couple different presentations. I'll show you each one of them after I get them rigged up. But I'm going to get out there because the fish are waiting and they're not going to bite unless I get a line in. So number 1, just a 6'6" medium heavy Scheels outfitter rod. All it is just a flipping jig, a little buggy jig with a crawl looking swim bait on it. The original craw bait was about a 6-inch bait, like so, but I cut the tail off and then cut some of the head off too, so it's not so ungodly big. Rod number 2 is just a jig head with a swim bait on it. Just drag that along bottom, and I'll drag this along bottom also, this jig here. So that swim bait was originally a 4-inch bait. I modified it down to about a 3-inch bait just because it is winter time. This lake doesn't really play by the same rules as other lakes do for bass, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But anyway, rod number 3 is pretty simple. Just a Senko, and I'll just hit that on the bottom. But it's pretty windy, so I'm going to apologize in advance for the wind noise that you're probably going to hear most of this video. But anyway, I'm going to hit the water. I might throw the drone up in a little bit, but we're going to get on some fish. Alright, first one on the chopping block is just going to be my little flipping jig here, but I got to make it down this little thing first. See if we can't do that. There we go. We got it. That works. Alright, so what you do with this jig is I just got it on the bottom. So you just work it really, really slow. Just like it's like a crawdad or something. There's a fish. Not huge, but a fish. There you go, first bass of the day right there. Out of the way, and now I just got some backlash, god damn it. It had to come at some point. There we go. That was easy to get rid of. Oh, look at that. I got a fish just letting it sit there too. Crazy. This is a nicer bass. Oh my God. Unbelievable. That's a good one. Let's see if I can flip them up here. Well, you know what they say about never waste a cast? That would be why right there. Beautiful. Unreal. Unreal. Oh, don't get in there. There we go. Right by shore. Just feel a thump thump. There you go. There we go. There's one. Get him in here. You're loving the jig so far. There we go. See you. Okay, so if you're wondering how I decided to use this particular bait first when I first got here, this is kind of a case where you let the lake tell you what to use. So as you can see, there is moss everywhere, all throughout this lake, and it grows on these rocks like crazy because this lake is incredibly warm. There's a power plant that pumps water in and out of this lake, and it uses that water as a coolant system, and then it comes back out this canal. So this is the warmest water in the lake right here, so that's why the bass congregate here, because it is warmer than anywhere else. But back to the bait, I'm using this color because it is very natural for this lake. It's really mossy. It's that mossy green color, so it's very good for mimicking like a crawdad or something like that roaming across the bottom. So I guess this is where the lake is speaking for itself. That's why I chose this color. So it's kind of a, you let the water tell you what to use, I guess, if that makes sense. So
We make our own luck in this world. We got young life, can't destroy us. We make our own luck in this world. But in dark times when we close our eyes, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. When the sun don't shine, we lose our minds. But I swear we can get there. Young life, can't destroy us. We make our own luck in this world. We got young life, no one chose us. We make our own luck in this world. We got young life.
The look in the counselor's face when I told her I wanted to rap. Told me to drop it with this nonsense or just watch my grades collapse. So either do it or love it, just say how I'm living. Damn, this one hard decision.
all right, so here's a little bit better explanation for what exactly is going on. It is North Dakota, it is February, and I am fishing open water. How is that possible? So this is a really unique lake in the fact that the water from the lake here goes to an intake near the plant, and then they suck all that water up and they use it as a means to cool their tanks and that kind of thing, and then it actually will be pumped back out down this canal here, and then it comes out here. So this is all incredibly warm water, and there is a back bay over this hill and a stream way back here that runs into center that will freeze in the winter. But other than that, the lake will stay open water 100% of the time all year long, and it can grow some pretty big fish because of it. That was a big bass, holy moly. Oh, there's a fish. There's a good one. There's a good one. There's a good one. Oh yeah. Oh no. God dang it, that was 4 pounds. Oh, God dang it. This might take a while. That's all the way across there. Yeah, there's our crappie. Huh, wild. Nice little black crappie right there. Catching him on a jig and a tail that big, that's wild. There you go. Alright, everything that I've caught has been when I've kind of been moving it a little bit. So I put on this fat body crank and it also rattles. So we'll see if casting this, if they're on more of a moving, more aggressive bite right now. There's a fish. There's a fish. There we go. Nice. Only about my second cast on that crankbait. Sweet. So this crank, it dives, I'll show you the bill size on it, it dives super deep, much deeper than this little canal actually is. So I got to keep my rod tip way up. Oh, I didn't fish. Oh, he got off. So I got to keep my rod tip up and then work it slower than you normally would, because look how big the bill is on that thing. But I like the body size of this crankbait. If you just reel it slower than normal, it won't dive down as deep as it can, and then you'll put yourself in that strike zone. One more fish, I'm gonna get out of here. There we go. There we go. That's a little bit better one than normal. There you go. You didn't even get it in the mouth, right in the side of the head. That's right, that'll come out really nice and clean. There we go. Alright, never mind, I got one more. This one I'll end on. There we go, last fish right there, baby. Alright, I just got back to the truck, and that is gonna do it for me today. Caught a ton of fish, one surprise crappie. Earlier I said I was gonna go for maybe crappie and maybe some sunnies, but I decided against it because I wanted a little bit more of a fight than that, and I was having luck with bass. So that swimbait worked pretty well. Senko didn't work well at all. I think I had maybe a bite, 2 bites on it, but that craw did really well. Right away I caught that big one about 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in, and then towards the end that little fat body crank really did the trick too. That caught me about 6-7 fish right at the end. But so I'm gonna head home. I appreciate you guys watching this. It's a lot of fun. It was windy as heck today, but I had a lot of fun, and you can't argue with open fishing in North Dakota in February. I mean, it's a heck of a lot of fun. If you're ever up here in North Dakota, hit me up. We'll go out and wet a line. But as always, keep the lines tight. Thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time.